Hi, I'm Karen Quinn, the testing mom. If you have a young child who will be taking the Cognitive Abilities Test or CogAT Form 6 or Form 7, he or she is going to have to answer a number of questions that are paper folding or hole punch questions. Now I want to show you how the questions actually work, and then I'm going to show you how you might help a child who's having trouble with these questions. Now here's what the questions look like. And we'll just do this really easy one. There's a diagram across the top of the page that shows you how to fold a piece of paper. And then a hole is punched in the piece of paper. On the bottom row, these are all possible answers. And the child has to figure out what would this piece of paper look like if it was unfolded after the hole was punched in it. So the child has to do this looking at a diagram. And for many kids, this is just a really hard thing to do because they have to use their mind and envision what's going to happen when the piece of paper is actually unfolded. And it's kind of hard for them to do it first. What I'd like to show you now is an activity that will help your child if they have to take the CogAT Form 6 or Form 7 and they have to do these hole punch questions. And now they have hole punch questions for children who are as young as kindergarten and then all the way up for the CogAT Form 6 or Form 7. And what I recommend you do if your child is having trouble with this, remember there's the diagrams across the top show how to fold the paper and punch the hole in it, and the diagrams across the bottom are the answer choices, what the paper would look like when it was unfolded. So what I recommend you do is you want to get a square piece of paper. And what I have here is just some square paper that I found, just note paper that I tore off, and it was square. So this would work just fine. Or I happen to have some origami paper as well. And this origami paper, any origami paper, is going to be square. So what you want to do is take your origami paper, if that's what you're using, and you want to show your child how you're going to fold it exactly like the diagram says. And here the diagram says to fold from the top to the bottom. So we're going to fold our paper like this, just like the diagram says. And so now we've folded it over. And now what we're going to do is we're going to put a hole exactly where it says to put the hole in the diagram. The hole goes right in the corner. So it's pretty close. And you say, okay, I've now made this diagram out of paper. What do you think it's going to look like when I open it up? Look at all the answer choices. Which one do you think it's going to look like? And let your child look at the answer choices and make their best guess. Hopefully they'll guess this one. And let's open up the piece of paper and aha, it does. It looks just like that. So what you can do, the best way to do this activity is to print out the questions that we have and just fold your paper and then show the child your answer choices and let him make his best guess as to what it's going to look like. Now they can get much, much harder. I'm going to show you one that's a lot harder. And again, you do exactly what we just did, which is you take the paper and you're going to fold it exactly like the diagram says. So here we're folding it this way. And now the arrow is telling us to fold it over that way, like that. I'm doing a little funny there. Okay. And now we have to put our hole exactly where the hole is in the diagram, and it's right here in the corner. So let's put the hole right there in the corner. Okay, so see, we put our hole in the same place, and then have your child guess, what is this going to look like when I open it up? So I hope your child guesses this, because I think that's the answer. Let's see, I'm not so great at this. Aha, it is. There's the answer. So what you just want to do is by showing your child physically what is going on with a little piece of paper, once they do several examples of this using physical paper, folding it, seeing what happens to it, they will become much better at being able to look at a diagram like this and being able to guess what's going to happen because they've seen it done physically. It really helps to let them see this done physically. And then let them look at it and see if they can imagine in their mind's eye what's going to happen.